Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Yeah, trust we have been all good. So I think we have come very far. Like we've gone a lot, done a lot with SQL, and uh, I'm actually hoping that everyone can catch up on time so that uh we'll all be on the same page. Like that's I really hope so because we have gone a long way into SQL. But nevertheless, the videos are always available, right? So everyone to come in to pick up, and there are questions you can always comment on here. So, just a quick one on what we did last class, right? Um, I think no, this was not. Did I name it today? Oh, okay. Should have renamed it. So this was what we did in the last class. We talked about concats. I think most of these are similar coming from Excel. Concat is what it is, or what it means, because concatenation from Excel. So it's used for concatenating, merging two files. Sorry, that's it, two files, two multiple columns together. And here the concats basically just merge it together. So you are the one that will have to include. Maybe you want a space, you want a dash, you want an hyphen, all of that. And so we went on to talk about what? Concat from employee. Okay, I think that's this. Yeah. Okay. So concats. Okay, yeah, it's working. So this is an example. Then we okay. Yeah. So this is just implementation of concats. I think here. No, let me reduce this. So he's more of like arranging, organizing the queries. This is just a single query, but it's in a more structured. Oh, sorry, it's a multiple query. This is a subquery. So a subquery is a query inside that query. Just I don't know if it's that contribute videos, but a query is basically a subquery is basically like multiple queries, but they are being dependent on each other. So there's an outer query and there's inner query. So the inner query needs to run first before the outer query runs. And yeah, that's just the big thing about it. It's not like a big thing anyways. But if you understand clearly what the query is, then understanding what subqueries is or what the subquery are is going to be just a walkover. Basically, you're using the result from the inner query as a filter for the outer query, basically just the output. For instance, now I can use the output of this query as a filter for another query. So I can write another query that says, oh, maybe get me the clients that are connected this to these employees. In that case, all I have to do is embed all of this thing, everything I've written here. All I have to do is just take it and shift it, include it as a query, as an inner query into a bigger query. So yeah, but I think the idea we're trying to demonstrate here was basically using concats. We brought it from the subqueries class. Then let me see. Yeah, okay. So yeah, concats. Then also yeah, we talked about date time. So handling dates, extracting informations that are related, extracting meaningful information from this time. Basically, you can extract the year alone, you can extract the day, you can extract the month, you can extract the weekday from a year. For instance, let's look at the employee data. I think somewhere. Okay, let me just do this. This is faster. So just rush and just I think right do this. Yeah. So looking at this you can see the date time, the birthday has year followed by day, followed by month, followed by day. But this informations can be extracted from this particular data. For instance, you can extract the year, you can extract the month alone, you can extract the day, you can extract the name of the day, you can extract the name of the month, you can extract the weekday, you can extract the day in the year. For instance, see the 300, we have 365 days in 306 days in the leap year. So you can extract the particular day in that year. So it's just so the dates time, right? It helps you. It has different syntax. For instance, over here we're able to use year to extract it. So if I run this, you're going to see the birthday, the original birthday. Then you see the year in another column. You see the month in another column. You also see the day in another column. So you can see it here. And to do that, all we have to do was call the year, call a year. This is the syntax year, and sorry, year. Then include the column name inside it, and already you know this is an alias. So that's how we extract the year, the month, the day. I think this is an implementation using the month day. So what happened here was we have the name concatenated together. We have the birthday. We also have the year extracted. We have the months. We have the month's name, as you can see it. You have the day. You have the day name. Then we now try to merge it back together using concat. So all I did was use concat to merge the year, the month. I decided to stop there. I could have done it to look like the year, the month, and day. But I think it's something you can hold and do. Then yeah, we want to talk about the case statement. So the case statement is all about conditionals from Excel, where you have to if if it falls today, then okay, if my weather forecast on my phone tells me that it's going to fall today, then I should take an umbrella. Else, don't take an umbrella. It's as simple as that. So it's just a conditional. You're setting a condition for something to happen, and when that thing does not happen, you have a resulting action that you're going to take. So that's the idea behind case. So in SQL, it is called case statements. So this is the syntax. It's a bit extended, put it that way. So you have the case, and then there's it ends with end has. So end has is like okay, end as, then remember as is basically used for alias. Then what we have inside here is the conditions. For instance, when the year, so what we're trying to do here was create another column that checks the year if the birth year is greater than 1960. Oh sorry, I think we did a lot of adjustments to this. So the idea here was supposed to be if the birth year is greater, if the birth year is less, or is it less, yeah, lesser than 1960, then you'll be tagged as old age. And if your birth year is less than 1970 or greater, sorry, I think it's supposed to be, is it greater than, yeah, greater than 1960. So if it's between 1970 and 1960, then you'll be tagged as middle age. And if your age is less than supposed to be 1980. So if your age is lesser than 1980 and your birth year is greater than 1975 or equals to 1975, you'll be tagged as young aged. Now, if you don't fall into this category, then it means that you are too young. So that's what else means. So it's just as simple as that. So when this is true, then take this action. That's all. So if you run this now, I think if you just run this, so we are going to see we have our name, we have the birth year, the birthday, we have the year extracted, and we have the eligibility. Yeah. So you can see we have middle age, we have too young, we have old age, we have middle age. Yeah, we have all the categories covered here. And I think was that it? Yeah, and the last one was self join. So we discussed about joins already. Um, where joins is bringing multiple tables from the database together. Hmm. Yeah. So that's basically what a join is. I just thought about something. Thinking about bringing uh, tables from multiple database. This time around, when we are interacting, you're always interacting within a database. But now I'm actually thinking about like, okay, why not do something why not interact with multiple database and bring the data together? Well, uh, yeah, maybe we could try that. Yeah. And so a self join is basically joining the same table together, but whenever you're doing that, you set an alias. Very important. So for this, it's the same table, but we decided to use E and we used C for this. So you can see you join it on the ID is easier to join on. Then so the first name and the last name was called from the first E from this table, while this part was called from this table. So basically that was things that we discussed we try to work on in the last class, and yeah, I think that was it. Although the video is up already, I didn't mention that. I forgot about to mention. I just set everything and video it and slept off. But the videos are up. I think I'll send the material together with this class. And yeah, so that's was like a recap from the last class. I don't know if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take as no question. And by the way, someone dropped on the class on the WhatsApp page an application that can easily help. I think it's available on iOS too. It's called SoloLearn. So SoloLearn is an application I think we can use to you know just a brush up, or we can use it to enlighten ourselves or push ourselves further with SQL. I think Uni said it was very nice. She's actually getting a good grasp of it. Sorry. Okay, so she said it's very nice. It's easy, so I think we can use that just to have a little touch of what's going on. So well, without much ado, let's proceed to what we have today. So I don't know. I think this will be the last class for SQL. What we intend to do today is actually go through, get data, go online, get the data sets, and work with it as we should. So what we are going to be doing, so you're going to be going to Cargo and try to get a data set, to download it, try to work on it in the little time we have together, and we're going to be doing it together. Yeah. So please stay tight or sit tight. So let's see. So let's go to Cargo. Let's go and get data sets. Sorry, I need to hide this. I'm just coming back. Let me see. Okay, let me open. I was on Cargo already. Let me just open Cargo here. Cargo.com. So we want to source for a data set. I think I saw one, but I didn't download it, so we could walk through it together. It's not like our our lecturer has gone through it. I've gone through the task. That's why. So filters, then the tags once an SQL. Yeah, and we apply this. Okay, so we have, I think this was the one we're trying to work on. Okay, this is the bike store. Let me see. Okay, which one do you guys think we should work on? I'm saying SQL modern mystery database. Mental health and tech industry. This is sample data. SQL injection. Um, oh, Instagram. Okay, let me search Instagram. I'm just add a name. So that'll be uh okay. Yep. Okay. Nope. If you have an Excel data, you have to convert it to CSV. Yeah, yeah. So let's download this. So I should start downloading. Let me download it to my chart. Put it here. So I'll multiply 5, I guess. And in this should be it. So I'm just gonna delete this one. I don't know what's inside. Netflix. Yeah, let's keep it in trash. Extract this. Then X. Yeah, so extracted. Okay, so if we have the files here. Oh, but before then, I want to do something. So we are still here, so we could check and see if we could find any useful information for our data. So we can see here the data set represents a sample of users and their engagements on the Instagram platform. Contains 7 files with different attributes. This requires a user analysis process to track how users engage and interact with Instagram digital products. Yeah, and so work with the product team and derive insight. Sorry, and derive insight from the question asked by the product manager. So in this situation, you're supposed to be a product manager. So um, we are the product manager, and we are also the data analyst. So we are going to be getting our questions ourselves and work on it. So we have comments. We have a a file as comment. So let's take it into MySQL. So what do? Create a new schema, right? New schema, create schema, um, Instagram, and apply, close. So we have Instagram should be here. Good. Then we're going to import the table. So that's sorry, bring it down. Tables, table data imports. Then the file path. Well, I've not actually tried importing multiple files at once. Let me see if that's possible. No, it's not giving me the option. So just do one after the other. So users open. So I have to do this one by one. So better to use drop the table if it exists because we are creating new files, right? So just go straight. Next. Yeah, that was fast. Next. Finish. So we have to do this. Actually, don't feel like this is the best way to import everything because like doing it manually for me. And uh, well, let's just finish up. So we have that done. Finish. um create table. Okay, we've done users, photos, open, next, 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 next. You can just open this so you can see the logs. Okay, um import, where was I think photos, so photo tags, next, 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 next. I think there are more photos. This is supposed to be photo tags. Well, it's quite fast. Okay, I think it's because the data we are working on, it's very small data. So I think it was the time I had one of my friend had issues with bringing the data into into the database. I think it was around 1 MB and it took like 30 seconds to 1 minute, which was slow actually, because you don't want to wait for, if you're loading 1 MB file with 10 seconds, how much more would you, how long would you now wait if you are trying to import a larger file? So I had to take him through another part anyways, using Python. One of the things that we're going to learn in Python is how to do database along the line. So let me see. Um, okay, this looks like it's March. Okay, yeah, done. Ah, it's stressful. Okay, just be sure that our files are loading. Can refresh all, and you can see the tables here. So I think we're almost done. Browse. I think follows. I think I have comments left. Yep. So comment. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the last one I just brought in. So if I'm supposed to go and check my folder, okay, so I have 7 files, right? Okay, just check. Yeah. So we have everything. So we can close this now. I think I can close everything I have there. Upload tabs. Save this and close and close and close. Yeah, so we have an empty tab. And so let's begin. So where do we want to start from? We need to, what we did here was basically just um we imported the data one by one in CSV. It was not like we had to write queries to bring them in. Of course, I think we have done that. That's why you have to create your schema in SQL. You write DDML. That's to create your table. Then you insert it with DML. So insert values into your tables. You connect them together. Foreign key, the primary key. But here we don't have that. We didn't do that. All we had to do was import it using the GUI, using the graphical user interface. This database management system. So it's not like there's a connection like that. So we have to be the one to get through and see, okay, what does our table looks like, what's there. Of course, this is what the product manager is supposed to tell us. So she just, or he, or whoever the project manager is, gives us the questions. Oh, this. If you remember, I think from here we're supposed to be so scenario is supposed to be you're working with the product team to derive insight from the questions that's being asked by the product manager. So so let's just stay here first. So looking at this, what kind of questions do you think the product manager can hack. So product manager is someone that's basically managing product, and person wants to see get insights from data. So like, okay, what are the things you the product manager can we want to ask or will be interested in seeing? Does anyone to I'm asking a question, I'm asking us a question. I'm sure we use Instagram a lot. So like you're the business owner, you own Instagram, hypothetically. So what are the questions you want to ask? Rashid, Tito. Okay, go ahead. Like trending topic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Ayobami, you're up next. Okay. Okay. All right. Tito. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's still something. Target customers and competitors. I think that's the point something too. So, yeah. Okay, so all I'm just going to do is I'll try to, so I've written it down. So we have trending topics. So first of all, let's go over them. Then we now, you know, create more like specific things we want to do. So we have trending topics, right? Trending topics are what's going on, what are people talking about the most. Um, yeah. So maybe if if you can find what people are talking about the most, right? You can find a way to create advertisement around it, and that would actually help. I think one of the ways Instagram make money is through advertisement. Yeah. So through advertisements, you can get the trending topic and what is going on. You can increase adverts, right? Um, followers. Yeah, the more followers someone has on Instagram, I think if such person posts an ads, the more persons will see it. Then same with likes, comments. But I think that would take me to where this comes in, engaging on posts. So what does engagement on posts looks like? For instance, likes, comments. I think likes and comments are like likes and comments. They are like two metrics that we can use to judge engagement of posts. But so I was in discussion with a friend, and we're talking about comments and likes. We're talking about I don't know if you guys know this funny guy, this lawyer tall guy that makes comedy anyways. So we saw his comment section in his Instagram for his actual post, and it was going up to, I think, was it 20 something thousand, like around that. And we're like, wow, this is actually incredible, right? People get to actually comment. Normally you can just say video and like and get off. Or but we actually saw comments and it was like 20,000. It means like people are actually engaging in that post. Like that, I feel like comments is like a very key factor that you can use to track engagement. Although likes, you can automate these things, right? There are Python or there are programming apps or bots that you can use to automate likes. You just create accounts and people just start liking those kind of things. Then yeah, target customers and competitors. So I actually like this. Target customers more like, okay, what customers should we focus on? So in that case, you're going to be let me see, segregating your customers. So you're going to be segregating them, or let me say, bringing like a just a separation, or sorry, let me see, classifying. Yeah, so you're going to be like classifying your customers into several categories. So maybe those that have 10 million to 20 million or 10 million upward, you're going to put them in a separate category. Uh, those that have between 10 million and 1 million, put them in a separate category. Those that have less than 1,000, right? So that way, you can know who to focus on more. So if you, for those that are 10 million now, you can just keep proposing ads to them, advertisements, and they will keep, you know, pushing the adverts. Then those that are maybe within 10 million to 1 million, you look for ways to engage them so that they can be on the app or probably get more followers or give them some amazing offers that just look for something that can spike them, right? So you need data to actually know, oh, this is how well my app is doing. Then competitors, well, one thing you can say is maybe we can get data sets for other competitors. For instance, you can say, I think, okay, Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook. Say maybe like Twitter. So like Twitter is a different app. So you could say, oh, what's going on in Twitter? What's happening there? Or YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is another different app entirely. So you could see, okay, what's it like? What's the number of users that are currently there? Right? What are they doing? Are they more? Are they having more engagement? So something like that. And we could also focus on our users here too. So just include our users. So this like well, I think this is this is okay for a start, right? I'm not a product manager, but I think we can do with this. So now we want to, as a a data analyst, we have this that we want to investigate. So where do we start from? So you just first things first, like Excel, you have to understand what the data looks like, right? Irrespective of the volume, you have to start from somewhere. So I'm just going to pick it from the first one. So first of all, I'll highlight this. So currently on Instagram, why is this highlighted? Don't know why this is showing this. Well, so let's go. So select all. So we just want to see everything from Instagram. No, tables. Sorry, follows. Follows. Okay, let's do the way we have been doing it. So let's just call Instagram dot follows, right? Yep. And or then we can use describe to describe our data, describe a table, graph, right? Then okay, it's not describe, describe. I remember. Oh, okay. Describe follow Instagram dot follows. Okay, yeah. So it's sometimes okay to forget. You can always fall back and check. So you can see what it looks like. So we have follow ID, we have followee. Hmm, okay, and we have created that. So we have when it was created, we have the follow ID. So I'm sure all of these are connected, of course. And so another thing is I don't think we're going to be able to see who specifically, like I think when we're working with the employee data, we're able to connect the IDs, some specific IDs, for instance, like the employee ID to the employee name. But in this case, because of privacy issues, right? There's privacy issues all around. We need to be careful of that. So that's when you're collecting your data, you need to actually, I think I mentioned it then, you need to be careful, exposing, if you're going to be using the data set or you're going to be publishing it, or you probably have to find a way to encode it so it's not going to be visible, so it's not going to be I can see this person details and all of that. What we're working on was actually like a test or synthetic data set. It was generated, it was not real, right? But we are working with view data here, so we have to be very, very careful. That can raise up some serious issues. So so we know what our followers or for what follow looks like, so we can look into it. So you can see you have follower ID, you have followee ID. So I think follower ID is, let me see. So followee, okay, means that this is person is following this person, and the person started following this person on this day, right? I think that's what it means. So this person, this so we want to know the people that follower ID 2 is following, so you can easily see it. So that's basically what this tells us, something like that. So let's check the rest. I'm just going to do something. Just going to copy this and paste, then I'll change the details. So this is likes. So looking at this, we have user ID, so we have photo ID, and we have created at when it was created. So I think the user ID here should be related to the follow ID and the follower ID, right? So the follow ID is like the ID of the user. The follower ID is also the ID of the user. So in that situation, if you go back to the follow here, there's not going to be a situation where the follow ID is equal to the follow ID. That should not happen actually. So let's just check. So I've started investigating. So what I'm going to say. So say select all from Instagram dot for follow where the follow ID will be Instagram. Right. So to make this easier, I can just denote this as F. So I'm just going to be calling F instead of calling everything. So I'm just going to say F dot follower underscore ID equals F dot follow we underscore ID, right? Yep, and close this and run this. So you can see that clearly we have an empty uh, result. That's because there's nowhere where uh, the follower ID is equal to the follower ID. So that's just, let me just put it here. Investigating if follower ID equals followee ID. Yeah. We're just trying to check and see, and we've cleared our adapter with that, so we can continue. So we've seen what likes look like, and so we can check. So now, if you notice, you have date time. This is a date time information. So um we have the date, like the dates, and we also have the time. So when you have date and time together, it's called date time. Yeah, and I think here it sees it as a text anyways. So let's continue. So let's look at the photos ID, the photos, so that's photos, right? So in the photos, we have ID, that's a unique ID for the photos itself. We have the URL, so a link to the photo. We also have the user ID, that's the user that owns that particular picture and created dates. So you can see that created dates was something. So we can do something around that. We can do something around time, right? To see when our users are more active, right? So that's something. Users are more active. So maybe it's the night, it's the day, which particular day is it, which particular month, which part, something like that. So let's look into it and see what it really is. So you can see the pictures. I doubt if these pictures are real. It's an image URL, elijah.biz, wiki.biz. Anyways, so you can see that, and I think we have just 1,000 um files. Let me see, on 8. Okay, 257. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was 1,000. I thought they were all thousands. So yeah, so we checked photos. Now let's check photo tags. So as I suspect, so what I think is going to be inside photo tags are more of like tags that are attached to pictures. So I think where this will come in, it's, sorry, let me see, what did I do wrong? Photo table, what's it saying? Did I do anything wrong? Instagram photo underscore tag. It's saying I'm doing something wrong. The Instagram dot photo underscore tags doesn't exist. Okay. Sorry, am I not spelling it correctly? Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, thank you very much. So that's photo. You can see it has photo ID and it also has tag ID. So that means now you are seeing ID, you are connected some way. So we are going to, I expect that we are going to see um the tags, actually the real tags, somewhere else. So this connects the photo and the tag together. So let's go and check what is tags. And those are the place we are more interested in. So tags. So tags has the ID, it has an ID name, and it has a created art as usual. And yes, so you can see the tags. We have sunset and the likes. Is this truncated? I have 21 values here. maybe it's truncating. So count as 8, yeah, just 21. So there are currently 21 tags. So it means that the informations on our database, they are all connected to this tag, or probably they don't even have, right? That's also possible. So we have our tags. Then let's check what we have in users. So users and control. So definitely we have the ID, we have their username, we have the created as well. Am I going to see view usernames here? Yeah, tell me the mistake again. Oh, sorry, users. Oh, okay. I'm sure these are genetic data. So we have users name, we have the username, so we can actually link them together and get, make something out of it. So we have seen all what uh, our data looks like, right? Sorry about that. So we have seen what our data looks like. So we can now check and see. Let's go back to what we wanted to see. So we're hoping to get followers, likes, comments, likes and comments. But I don't think we have information on comments in our table. So we might not be able to do that. Well, we can check for likes. So let's pick it up. So one of the things we wanted to do was check for uh topics. So we don't have posts, we have tags, we have follows, we have likes, we have photos, we have photo tags, we have tags. So is there anywhere where the tags is connected to a site photos? I don't think there's anything in followers. Neither do I think there's anything in likes. So I think then I can do is just want to run everything. So what happens here is I'm having a lot of tabs down here. So I can easily switch. So here I'm not seeing anything relating to tags. And close this. Tag. Okay, there's a tag ID in photo. That's to see the tag that is currently on it. There's a tag. Okay, these are actually the tags. So we can merge these things together, merge these information together first of all. So let's work on that first. So we want to merge these things, these tables together, right? So where do we start from? Where do we start working from? So let's say we want to merge the photos and the photo tags together. That sounds like two things that should be merged together, because in the photos, I think this is the photos. We have the ID, we have the image, we have the user ID. Then in the photo tags, we have the photo ID and we have the tag ID itself. So what we're going to do is we are going to try to get the information of the photo. So we're going to pick it from here, this ID, and we're going to merge it with this and also bring in the tag ID from here into this place. Now mind you, the photos have their created dates. Tags is also having created dates, which is I'm surprised. But let's do that. So let's just merge it together. So we are going to use join, right? So to use join, say merging, alright, merging photos then photo tags and uh, tags. So we are going to pick which one should we start from? So let's pick this photo tags. So select all from photo underscore, sorry, should be Instagram dot photos, right? So we're going to put it as PT. So PT is short for photo tags, and join join um join tags. So let's join the tags. Sorry, so that's going to be Instagram dot tags as T. Sorry, just T on what's connecting both of them together. So this is the photo. So what's connecting them together? Oh, cool. So we have the photo tags here. So that's going to be uh, pt dot tag id equals to the tags also have id. So this is the id. There's going to be tags. So that's t id, and close this and let's see what comes out. So here we go. So we have the photo ID, we have the tag ID, we have the ID. But what we want to see, we can restrict. So we're going to say photo ID. So the photo ID is coming from where? Where's the photo ID coming from? It's coming from the photo tags. That's PT. So it's going to be PT dot photo ID. Comma. What else are we saying? We want to see the tag ID. Of course, the tag ID are already the same. So we just pick one. So we can say t dot id, comma, then tag name is coming from tag, that's t dot tag underscore name, and we have created at is coming from t dot created at. So we can rename this to say tags creation, tag creation, and so let's see this. So yeah, so we have just photo ID, the ID, that's the ID of the tag. We might not really need it, but let's just keep it there. And the tag creation. So now let's bring in the photo, right? So the photo is going to be coming from, we're going to be join Instagram dot photo as P. Since we have F, L, P, P, T, T, and U, so not like we're going to have any complications later on. So as P onwards, on the P as a photo ID, if I'm not mistaken, and we are measuring it on this photo ID is coming from the photo tags, that's pt, that's pt dot photo ID, and I hope I'm correct. No, I'm not. It was wrong, of course. Saying p as photos. So basically, let's really just check first. I'm just going to write select and come on, that's fine. Select all from, I'm just sorry, from um from Instagram dot photo. So P as photos. Yeah, sorry, I should have written this. So you can see we actually have just ID. So the photos is just having ID. So we're just going to take this. This should work now. Okay, yeah, it's worked. But we need to take this from PC to the actual photo itself, right? From here, which is let me see. We can extract the image URL, the owner of the image, right? And the dates it was created. I think it should be the same with that. So let's bring everything in. So we are going to say comma. So I think I was trying to put something here. Add name. Then it's going to be p dots. Sorry, p dots the image URL. Then p dots the user ID. Right. Then yeah. So I'm going to say p dots the created at as so photo created it, right? As photo created. So you can see I'm using underscore here. And now you can see it's getting longer. So you're just going to do what we did last class. Separate this like this. So we can easily add more um column to this. And we can easily understand it. We are saying select, so these are the columns, right? Then from this, join this on this, join. You can even decide to push this here, so it will be more clearer. So you're saying join, then you can see that this belongs to this easily. And let's run it now. Yeah, so you can see here we have IDs, we have tag name. So I'm going to change this ID to as tag ID, so it won't cause confusion later on. So I have tag ID, I have tag name, I have image URL, I have user ID. Now if you check the photo created dates, is it similar to the tag creation? How do we know? So you can see that at least from what we are going through, we are seeing it. We are seeing that it's almost the same thing. But to check and see if there are any anomalies, we could just go ahead and check and add an extra statement that says where sorry where this photo created it is equals to this. So that would be let me see, photo created it was on P and C. So we need these two to be equal to each other, where this equals this. Put this here and run this. Oh, okay, sorry, it's supposed to be not equals to. So you can see there's no information, no particular result, no query where this is not equal to this. So if they are equal to each other, we don't need the two. We can just drop one. In that case, so we are going to be dropping. Let's drop this. I could drop this and drop this back. So we have we have merged the tables. We have merged three tables together, so we can just check and see. So what can we do from that? What question can we ask? Let's say we want to check, okay, which tag name is it reoccurring, right? Which tag name is appearing more? We just want to see from the tag name. So we're just going to have to write more functions to this. So which tag is appearing more, or the frequency of the tags. Frequency the tags. So paste what we have before, and we can now add a condition. So this is going to be more of like a group by, right? So we can see that this image URL is appearing multiple times. That means all of this was used for this, all the tag name there. Well, first of all, we're interested in the tag name. We want to see the tag name that's probably reoccurring. So what do? We're going to have to group by, then we are going to count the tag name. So that's going to be a group by tag name, group by the tag name is coming from where? It's coming from T. So group by T dot tag name. So now we are going to have to aggregate this and add a count. Sorry, count should be after the tag name. So that will be count C dot tag underscore name. So with this, we are going to be counting the tag name. And do we also want to count the image URL? Okay, let's leave that first. Let's just do tag name first. So when you group it by this should give me errors because not all of this will work on. So let me see. Can we read this? Yeah, aggregation. There are some things that cannot be aggregated, like the Instagram.t.id. This. Nope. Let me see if it's going to work. Of course, all we need to do, you can see here we haven't, I think the error has changed to let me see, p.image URL. Practically speaking, all of this should be out. And when we run this now, you can now see the count of the tags. You can see as frequency. So with this, we can see that, oh, we don't know which tag is appearing because this is not ordered. So to order it, we use order by order by t. Oh, sorry, we are ordering by the frequency. So order by frequency, QUENCY, and order by frequency in descending order. So here we go. So you can see small is appearing more, followed by beach, followed by party, followed by fun. So if you want to see the top 5, so we just want to see the top 5 that is appearing more. So with this, you can say that, oh, this looks like our users like to party. They like things that are, that are joyous, things that are good, things that are seeing them smiling, posting pictures of smiles, posting pictures on the beach, posting pictures of parties. They all, are great together. Lol, I think this is LOL, yes, laughing out loud, then fun. So you can see that basically users, they tend to do things that are more happy. And you can see it here. So that's one. So you can see how long it actually took just to get a piece of information. So that's why most of my people say SQL is stressful. Yeah, it is, but it's worth it because with this it means you can't go through anything. So what next should we do? I want to get a feedback from us. Do we even understand what's going on here? Tito, Ayabami, Adrashid. Mm, yeah. Uh, I want to hear comment from Tito. Tito and yeah, Tito especially. Okay. um, well, what I'm just no, I actually believe that SQL is going to we are going to break through. I believe so. I strongly believe. Um, I feel like maybe you just need to catch up on classes you have not. And the app that's um what's her name? Eunice recommended Solo Learn. Yeah, we can use that. That's I think it's a great long way. Yeah, Ivan, you want to say something? Uh, yeah, okay. Well, okay. Can go on. Continue. Yeah. Kata. Okay. I think what I usually try to do, alright, when I'm trying to work on something new, I've not worked on. Um, I prefer to see the end results. What the end result looks like. Oh, am I intrigued? Oh, is it making sense to me? Because I need to get that into my head first. Okay, do I understand what is coming out of this thing? I don't care if um there's 1,001 thing going on to get there. I just want to know what does it look like, right? What's the output? Um, then from there, if I understand that, then we can now begin to unfold one after the other, like unfold it layer by layer till I now get back to the bottom of okay how it all started. And sometimes I can decide to okay after seeing the output and now go back to the start and start breaking it. Okay, how do I go from here? 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 So basically, so now what I just did, right? Um, would not matter if you don't understand what's the output. That's the first thing. So yes, so you can take that approach when you're trying to get maybe take a new skill entirely. I think I've been venturing into some these days, and of course it gets scary at first, but by the time it begins to walk around it, begin to do more things, see more stuff on it, probably read on it, probably just go online and this and that, do a bit of research. You're going to actually begin to get a grasp of it anyways. Yeah, so I'll just go over what I explained, what I did here, and if you have time, do like two or more. I actually wish you can do want to do more followers. This I think that's way more interesting, right? So basically the output of what is coming out here is just their pictures on Instagram, and those pictures have tags attached to them. You have people put tags on it. I really don't post on Instagram. I don't know, but I think I've seen there's tags on Facebook. Yeah, so there's tags on it. Now, we have a data. So let's just split this. Let's just call all of these separate data sets. So we have a data set where there's photos that contains the pictures itself and the ID only. We also have another data set that contains the actual names of those tags and the ID. So they are not literally the same. They are not attached together. So we need to attach them together and get information of them. So that's what I did. So what I did basically was attach the necessary data sets that let's be at. Then I changed their names and grouped it by the tag name. So currently it's going to be grouped in a way that we are going to have distinct tag names. So we are going to say the frequency. We are counting it. We are counting the groups. So smile appearing 59 is appearing 59 times. The beach is appearing 42 times. The party is appearing 39 times. So I'm just bringing out the top 5, right? To do that, I use this. So I'm just going to, okay, since I'm going to want to print everything, I'm going to create it here. Close this. I really wish I could take this to the side. Like, I really, really wish. Let me see. It's not mapping. Let's see what's this. Uh, I really wish I could just shift it, but like it's destined to be down here. So let's remove this. Let's change this then. So you're going to see what it does. I think that's pretty much simple. It brings out the top 10, right? And the reason why it's bringing out the top 10 because it's already in descending order. If I remove this order by and run this again, it's not ordered again. It's just bringing out the ones that are appearing first on the list. That's what it is. So you can see smile, you can see drunk, you can see concert, you can see party, you can see fun. So like that's like on the top 10. So I'm just going to remove this and leave just this. Now what we have here, it's a group by. So it means that we are actually grouping all of the information in this place by the tag name. So the tag name, yeah, these are all the names that are appearing. So what we have done is we are taking, okay, so let's say smile is appearing 2 times. Take all the smile together and give us the count. That's what we are basically doing, which is why we have group by here, group by tag name, right? And we have this up here that is counting the tag name. So this is counting. So this will return the count, a single number. That's what we are having here. And this will actually append, like put the tags name front, while the rest of this is merging the tables together, basically merging the data sets together. So I think I can just create the extension here so that I don't think this is just like this. So this is like merging all of this together. So I have to merge the photo tags, right? I have to merge it with the tags and merge it with the photos. The photo um the photo tags contain the tags and the ID, the tag ID and the photo ID. So that's like the connection. That's what is going to connect the photo to the photo tags and connect the tags to this. So we're looking for the connection that exists between this and this is photo ID. The connection that exists between this and this is tag ID. So we merge the three together and we were able to extract the information from it. So I think I don't know if that's clear, but that's like unraveling it. So I'm just going to clean it. Yes, and um go on to, should I say, follows? Okay, yeah, let's go on to follows. Follows. table, want to see something, want to, check um who has more followers, something like that. So followers details. Yeah, so I believe that a followee, it's the relationship between a followee and a follower are alike. So yes, so let's go without straight much. So let's see, what do we have in the followers. Let's check again. Select all from Instagram dot follows. Alright, and so you can see we have followee and we have follower ID. Now we can bring in their names, bring in the names, we already have the users that contains the user's name, the actual user's name. So we can bring it in. So which one should we do first? Should we bring it in first, or we should check which followers, more follower, something like that? Okay, let's just work only with, don't let's bring in anything, let's complicate this. Let's just see this is follower ID, this is followee. So we can see, okay, let me check the counts. Just want to have a rough idea of how many data we are working with. So we're just working with 1,000 data. So I believe that this is actually more like a synthetic data set. The informations, they are not real, but it doesn't matter. It's just for demonstration to prove our skills. So let's check the followee ID. So the followee ID, we are going to see with follower ID, followee ID. Followee is the owner of the account. The follower ID is the person that is following. So we want to count how many followers each person has. So we are going to have to group. In that case, we will be grouping by. So we'll be grouping by the following. So let me just put it as F. Okay, yeah, we could also use capital letters. So we could group by F dot follow E. Sounds weird. Followee ID. So we are grouping by followee ID. But mind you, we have to count. We are counting the follower ID. So we're going to say count F dot follower underscore ID. Then we are going to have the followee ID here. That's F dot followee underscore ID. Just keep in the back of your mind what we actually want to do. And we run this. So let me change this. This is as followers. Then so we can see that this particular follower has 11 followers according to our data set. Then we can order it by to see, because this might not give us a rough estimate. So we're going to order by the followers count in descending order. So we can see here, so the maximum followers we have on this data set is 11. So and we have two top guys, which is number 1 and number 7. Number 1 has 11 followers, number 7 has 11 followers. We have several of them, most of them having 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You can see that, and the least we have here is 9. So that's what our followers details looks like. So you can now try to, maybe if you now want to get their real information, the username, you want to append, you want to get the names to this, then we have to join it with the user's table to get that information out. I don't know if that's clear. So this time around, I want to get the actual names here. So I'm just going to say followers details its names. So now that means we have to merge it with another table. So we're going to come here and just put it, so it has to be under this place. So join, we're joining with the users, right? So that's Instagram dot users as you. Then we are joining it on, on f dot followee id. Now mind you, the followee id is the same thing, they are going to actually be the same thing. So but what this data set means is that these are the followee, right? I'm sure we have everybody here, and these are just the counts. So we are just merging, we are just going to merge this on this, and the users dot autocomplete, can you help me here? I need the Instagram users details, so it's not giving me, so I'll just write another command here to see what it looks like. Okay, I think describe works too. Describe Instagram dot users. Yeah, so I can see it here. So just ID. So that was going to be u dot ID. And so if I'm running this now, I'm still getting this, of course, because I've not changed this. But now, now I'm kind of bringing the ID instead. So I could say, instead of having so we want to replace it, so we can just put, in place of follower ID, we put the user and the name. That's the user dot the username, and we call this, sorry, let me see what to say, the username. Okay, hold on, let me see. So what I want to do is replace this. Oh, okay, so it's a found. So let me put this instead as u dot so if I check this, let me take all of this. I'm just going to do without the group by first. So I'm just going to remove all of this, then remove this count as this, and just put everything there. Yeah, so we have all the data together. So we have the follower ID, we have, now this follower ID, this username belongs to the follower ID. So what I'm going to rename this is, I'm going to rename the username with follower, right? So when if anytime I'm calling it, I have to okay, we can control that. So let's say f dot follower ID, comma, f dot followee, comma, f dot created at, then we have u dot ID, we have u dot username, and we have created as u dot created, which most probably, okay, they're not even the same. Okay, so we still have our information here. So definitely we are going to be having this username as, because I merged it on the followee ID. So it means it's the owner of the account. So that's like account owner as account owner. So if you check this now, you can see the account owner is translating to the follower ID. So I can decide to drop the follower ID. So now we can see it. Now we also need to bring in the counts, the names for the followee ID. We need to know who, not necessarily. We are more concerned with the counts. How many people is following this person. So we can now introduce our group by now and say group by the accounts, sorry, accounts owner. Then what's going to actually now be here is the following ID is now going to have accounts instead. So we have accounts here because we are counting it. Then we don't need created at. We don't need the user ID, of course, we don't need it. And what else? We also don't need this. And let me restructure this. Put it here. Remove this. Run this now. So now you can now see that compared to what we have, I'm sorry, how am I still getting? Oh, counts as, let's say, frequency. So compared to what we have here, we just have the follow ID and the counts. With this, we now have the names, rather the names instead, in place of the IDs. And that happened because we actually we got the information from another table. So it was much easier that way. So you can see the account owner, this, okay, it's not even ordered yet. So just say, I guess that's not needed again. Order by accounts, sorry, owner. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's by default in ascending order. So we have to put it in the ascending order. What? I think, wait, something wrong. Sorry. What I did instead was I changed the account and I should have been this one. You can see this is what is being ordered. So this should be frequency and see why. Yeah, so we now have it correctly. So you can see Kenton Curling has, so if you have to focus on your customers in this situation, Kenton Kelly is your priority, followed by, okay, the top two, that's Cassandra Omnic and Kenton Kelly. Those are your top most followed. Then you now want to start focusing on the rest. You can start giving them priority. Okay, these are the people I want to follow next. These are the people I want to follow next. These are the people I want to, these are the people you want to focus on. So that way you could even create a segregation, right? And say, let's say now this is going to get more complicated, but let's just pay attention. I'm sure we can always go back and don't worry, you can ask me questions. So what I want to do now is I want to add another table to this, but I want to make sure that if the frequency, the count is greater than 10, put top priority. If it is from 10 to, let's say we have 11, 10, and 9. So if it is within 10, or let's say if it's between 10 and not 9, let's say just 10, uh, middle priority, and let's say when it is below 10, we're going to put less priority. So we want to just create that kind of table, that information. So to do that, we're going to be using one of the things we learned last class. That's case. So to just stay with me. Now to do that, we would need to select from join on group by order by. So we need to add another table here. So to make it easier, I can just do this. Then the other one stays down here. So case, all right, so you are building a case. When, so what do you want to do? What's the condition? When frequency is greater than 10, that means 10 is not included, right? What do you want to do? Then put stop priority. Top priority. Then what next? When the frequency is let's say I want them to be included, so it's less than 10, so that's with less than 10 or equals to 10, and greater than 9, that means 9 is not included. What do I want to do? Sorry. Then middle priority, I don't know what to call it. Middle priority. Now if, oh sorry, this should probably repeat this here, should be frequency here. I can see this sign, so I know that something is wrong. Quency. Then the next one is when. Okay, I could just say else. So if it's not in this, so just put it to else. So else, what do I want to put? Less priority. Pricy. And now we need to end this, and we end as what's the name we want to give it? Priority levels. Priority underscore levels. Priority underscore level. And okay, now this will give me a problem. So what's the error? Saying action, can't get hold of this. Okay, from Instagram, join on. Okay, am I missing anything here? The username counts case. Okay, let me lose the group by. Sounds of remove the group by. Let's see. Still not working. For unknown column frequency. Okay, I think I got it now. So it's not saying the frequency. So what I should have used there was the actual thing. So I'm just going to put the actual thing there. So it's actually this. Yeah, so let's try again. Okay, unknown column top priority. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so it's included as a text. And this and this, and let's try again. Here we go. So here we can see it now that Kenton and Kirkland have an additional column called top priority, and we have the middle priority guys. Yeah, so we have the middle priority guy, and we have uh the less priority guy. So with this, we can even decide to lose the frequency column. How we want to say, oh, where do we have uh top priority? Who are our top priority guys? Who are our middle priority guys? Who are the um less priority guys, right? So another thing you could do is you could check, okay, what's the count? How many priority guys do I have? How many top priority guys do I have? How many middle priority? But that would like a bit complicated. So I think we just stick with this, and I bring this down. Okay, I think I can close it. Yeah. So this is how we got there. So all we had to do was have this additional statement to it to include the additional category, the additional column that we have on the table, basically. So, ah, any question? Should we do one more example? Or should just pause here? Okay. Okay. So I'll just do that. I think it's already saved. Let me just save it so we don't have any issues. Friday. So what I wanted to mention was, so I have another script. So I think that we can easily relate to it. It's more of like a worked on script already. So let me see. Open SQL scripts. So I have it somewhere here. So it's a sales data table. A sales queries. So these already have informations on there. He has questions. You can see retrieve records where quantity sold in between 5 and 10. So it's more like a sales data, a Nigerian data. I think it's a pizza data, a pizza data set from Nigeria. So I think this we can easily work with. But this has, I was hoping that we could answer the questions and use the solution, but this is like already done work. So what I'm going to do is let me see. Okay, I probably won't share this. I probably won't share the results. So what I'm going to share instead will be the um the SQL file that I was using creating that data set. So this is it. So all you need to do is just run this. I think yes, create database, sales, create the table. So this will create database. It's to create the schema. It's also create the table. Then it will insert the files, the values into the files. So insert into the records, right? And by the time you run this once, so you just have to click on this and everything runs. It will create the database, create the table, the tables. I think there are like 4 tables there, and populate them. Then you need to answer these questions, right? You need to answer the questions, retrieve this using SQL. So I think that we can work with easily. I hope it's clear. Hello, hello. Okay. Abdurashid Tito, do I have your response? Is it clear enough? What I just explained. Okay. But that's okay. Want to say something? Go on. Okay. All right. And I think this is more of like simple, very simple queries. Can run with them. So there's nothing, you don't need to do multiple joins or do subqueries or what is it called? Or do conditionals to get here. So I think, yeah, that will just be it. And we have come to the end of the class. I hope you all have a good night and happy Friday.